Hey everyone, Tin Man here. Playing in my first ETS in quite a while. I'm playing up against Komodo, who's on Kenadins, another Skycrag deck, but more based on Grenadins and Kenna. And I've got the Skycrag aggro here. This is a pretty decent hand, I'll keep it. Permafrost is not great, but he does have Spark Hatchers, which are a good target for them. Other than that, we're just gonna play I suppose Snowcrest Yeti on turn one. Grab blue. Play the Yeti. He does have a lot of really annoying cards to deal with. Grenadin Drone, Spark Hatcher, Assembly Line are all very strong against our strategy. Luckily, it doesn't seem to have any right this second. Or at least no drones, so that's nice. Could play Champion of Fury, but it can't attack just yet because I don't have a red. But I chose to avoid that situation because I didn't want to play Pyro Knight and potentially get it torched, because it looks like he does have a torch here because he has a pause, and that's the only card that could be played. So to play around that properly, we're just going to play the Pyro Knight here and force him to torch that instead. So let's play, I guess it doesn't really matter. We have all of our color influence requirements, so let's just grab Skycrag Banner and Pyro Knight, let him torch that instead of Champion of Fury, who can attack next turn. You know, our deck only requires 2 and 2 for Champion of Fury. He chose not to torch it, so we successfully made him waste some mana. Yeah, that's a touch annoying there, and Assembly Line is gonna... Assembly Line plus the torch that we know he has is gonna kind of hamper our game plan here. Shogun Scepter doesn't really help us either, since putting on anybody, he can still just double block it to kill it. I really wish we could put it on like Rakano Outlaw or something, but then it would just get torched. So, not a great start, all things considered. I guess if I just go like Champion of Fury A space, and maybe if he double blocks, I torch one of them to keep it alive. Yeah, that's probably accurate. So I can use this torch to basically save one of my guys. That'll be a good target for... Oh, he's doing this block. Okay. I think I'm actually going to block the one who's on the Snowcrest Yeti, because I want to keep the Aegis around so that I can slap a Scepter on it at some point here. Overall, we're in pretty bad shape. You know, this is just a poor matchup for us. All the Grenadins out of their deck really hamper what we're trying to do. But the fact that he only has one Grenadin left, and he's going to rely on the torch to kill the Champion of Fury, means that I'll be able to stick a Shogun Scepter and attack profitably here. Oh, he's just going to Permafrost? It's the same deal. Oh, he's short on power, which is really good. It makes more sense to play Shogun Scepter first still, because I want to get the Oni Ronin out there. And I got a Warcry off. Whereas playing Piercing Shot, I can do that whenever and kill off his Kenadin, or his Grenadin. I keep on calling it Kenadin, but it's a Grenadin. It's not a Kenadin yet. So the fact that our opponent is missing power is definitely good for us. You know, as long as the game stays in these low mana situations, I think we will be favored, because we've got good board presence already. We can push some damage, as long as they don't start casting, you know, Kennas and Assembly Lines and all kinds of other annoying things like that. I think we should be A-okay. Still gotta think there's a torch in hand to deal with the Oni Ronin. We can Piercing Shot the 1/1. I'm just afraid of like Grenadin Drone would probably be really the worst thing you could play here. Combustion Cell, yeah, I don't care about that. Man, now I care about that. There's the Grenadin Drone we did not want to see. Alright, so I could Piercing Shot one of these guys down, but that doesn't like really help me. Because then he still just double blocks the Snowcrest Yeti. I guess if I do that on the Oni Ronin, I can get some damage through, but maybe I just want to play the Pyro Knight. In any case, I can only kill one of... I can't really attack with the Snowcrest Yeti, or else he will be able to kill it. And if I... Let's see, what does Kenna cost again? Kenna costs 7. So it's unlikely I'll be able to cast Kenna this coming turn. I'll need to have a power plus Sakurai plus Kenna. Maybe if we just turn off his Combustion Cell, let him trade these guys. Yeah, I think we just get aggressive here. Let's just permafrost the drone and then attack with both these guys. If he wants to trade both the remaining for Snowcrest Yeti, be my guest. It does not look like he wants to. So at least we, you know, got an attack in. We got our Warcried Pyro Knight out there. He can still sack the permafrosted unit, but I did prevent him from getting good blocks in. And the piercing shot plus the overwhelm from long barrel should help us to push through almost enough, but not quite enough. We still need to get 10 more. So yeah, it goes up to 6. Play power up to 7. Dread Stink. End of hostilities. Okay. Sure. Yeah, I don't really care about that. I mean, it's 2 guys, which is definitely, you know, annoying. But I can just long barrel the Yeti. Yeah, it seems reasonable. Then we piercing shot one of his champions. Attack with both here. Get more Warcries. We got tons of Warcries, so he can only kill one of these guys. And then I guess I'll presumably torch this Pyro Knight, but in the meantime, we're going to get through 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going to put him to 1. Which at that point, there's a lot of top decks that'll win the game for us. I'm going to play the Primal Sigil in case I draw a power. Then I can activate the Pyro Knight. He's probably just going to torch it, though, before I get the chance. Much closer game than I thought it was going to be after a fairly poor start. But we've got a couple turns here to find that one more point. What's our opponent got? It's good that we permafrosted the Grenadin drone rather than a Grenadin token. So that way, if you wanted to sack a unit, you wouldn't sack the permafrosted one. So we couldn't copy this with End of Hostilities to get 4 blockers instead of just 2. Alright, so he drew cards, killed my guy. Pretty much exactly what I expected out of this turn. Luckily, he's not playing too much threats. A lot of top decks here would win it, but Fire Sigil is not one of them, unfortunately. We're looking for Torch. We're looking for Long Barrel, Dusk Raider. What else we got? Really, that's about it. Champion of Fury almost gets there. Or it does if it had Warcries on it. Basically just have like 1 or 2 more turns here. Otherwise he's going to start... he's going to get this last 22 points in pretty quickly. I guess Ansari Brigand... Well, it doesn't have Overwhelm, so if he holds back at least 1 blocker, I won't get in. That's about it. I wouldn't mind something like Vadius, because that means I have some options to attack. But it's by no means guaranteed. Skyguard Banner is not really what I want. I'll play it though. I guess I could play Shogun Scepter to just get a get an Oni Ronin to block if I really needed to, but I'd rather save it in case I draw a Champion of Fury and I want to attack with it. It'll have a lot of Overwhelm. He's going to try to hold back, you know, the 4 power or the 4 toughness to block a full Champion of Fury, but Shogun Scepter will overcome that. Let's play the Yeti. I think I'm just going to play it right now on it so I can actually block profitably. And now we can kind of hold down the ground, stalls their attack, and gives us more chance to draw Dusk Raider or Long Barrel or Torch. That's what we're looking for. I'll even take Rampage because I can then attack. And Caleb's Choice. That is annoying because it does pop the Aegis, unfortunately. This guy's pretty much never going to attack profitably, so I'd rather just trade it off. I've got a target for Long Barrel if I draw it. The other guys will do just as well. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep, that's exactly fatal. Alright, I mean, we had plenty of draw steps to find 1 more point, but just could not get there. We drew, what, 3 lands and a Snowcrest Yeti? So that's unfortunate. You know, we were as close as we could possibly get there, but could not quite pull it out. Alright, so let's go into game 2. Challenge again. Hopefully this time we can go first. yeah, going first is obviously quite impactful in an aggro deck. And we did win the die roll. That's nice. Sand seems fine, I guess. Let's play Rakana on to Sensari Brand on 3. I don't have a 1-drop, but 1-drops are actually quite poor against this deck anyway, since he actually just got a Snowcrest, or a Jotun, what is it, Jotun Hurler? So he has a Snowball in hand. This is only Echo, or I guess he has Unstable Form as a possibility, so he has one of those too. But if I just had played like Onirona, he could just like Snowball it for 1 here. Sparkcatcher. Yeah, I'm alright with that. I think I'm just gonna buff this up with the Shogun Scepter, just get all the Warcries going. I mean, he can just chump block if he wants, but if not, we're gonna get through some points. And then Sensari Brand will attack in once we get once we can clear the Sparkcatcher out of the way. Hopefully with a Permafrost or something like that. Strategize, not bad, but not really impacting the board, so I'm not that concerned. Torch, oof, that's rough. I was hoping to avoid that. Yeah, I think I'm just going to Sensari Brigand and then torch this guy so that it doesn't trade with the Brigand, and he can just chump if he wants. Chump, or trade on the Onirona, or he takes 4. We're dealing some damage, but it probably won't be enough. We'll see. If there's something like an assembly line, I know there's a Jotun Hurler coming up, unless it was an unstable form, but I'd be fine getting one of these guys unstable to a random 4-drop. Hopefully it's Sandstorm Titan, or something else equally big. Because, you know, going from 3 to 4 is actually a pretty decent jump in power. Just spending time with Wisdom of the Elders. If he doesn't follow this up with a power and a torch, I've got to feel pretty good about the situation, because we just play another Brigand plus Pummel. I guess we can do that even if he does torch. We can still hit him for, you know, 8. Oh, okay. Yeah, there's the power and Pummel, or power and torch. That's fine. Oh, actually. There we go. Nice old 14, yeah. Ouch. Go. I don't know. We still might be the same case. Like, we got him to 1 last game and didn't actually finish the job. So, I'm probably about to get permafrosted. He doesn't have permafrost though. This is real bad news. Real bad news. Oh, he just texted me. He says, "Welp." In before permafrost. Maybe. Might be in before permafrost, or he says trying. Well, we'll see. If not, I mean, this will, you know, obviously get it over any attackers. Or any blockers, rather. Another torch. Nice, nice. The 4th torch? Snowball? That's not enough. Alright, sweet. So we actually got to 1 and 1. That's the advantage of going first, and also the advantage of top decking a a massively war-cried weapon. Alright, alright, best of 3, so let's go 1 more. Did we win the die roll? No, we did not, unfortunately. It's gotta be a redraw. We, you know, can't cast any of these cards. Need more power than just 1. This would also be a redraw, you know, having... Essentially, my whole hand gets countered by a Grinded-in Drone, so... Not really where we want to be. I've got enough influence, no matter how you slice it, so... Just play the Pyronite out first. I guess, no, maybe I should have played Yeti. He could probably just torch this, which I kind of wanted to avoid. Or snowball it, I suppose. Yeah, more power. That's not at all what we want. I need to grab Primal off this, and then I'm just going to He does have a torch? Okay. Well, I got through for 2 points. I guess playing that power first was good, because he did want a torch. No, actually. I was about to say that if he torched, then I could play like a pummel or a rampage, but actually that doesn't pump this out of torch range, so it wouldn't actually have been that great. But if he's relying on just a torch to clear these out, he's still going to take quite a bit. I'm going to save this weapon so that I can piercing shot next turn with it. He is in no mood to torch one of these things. This is only fast spell, so it has to be torch. Probably just saving it for a Sensari Brigand and thinking that I'm, you know, sitting on the Sensari Brigand trying to bait out the torch, but actually I'm just, you know, playing out everything I can. I don't really have too many decision points here. Spending more mana to strategize, which is good for us in the short term, but bad for us in the long term. He's spending power right now to strategize and not to actually contest my board. But that does mean that, you know, in the future his board will be much better. Duskgrader is good. That's probably what's going to eat the torch. But luckily, this Sparkcatcher is a great target for Permafrost. So let's do that. Play the Duskgrader and then a space. So we've got at least 2 direct damage with Piercing Shot. Plus whatever Overwhelm it does. So essentially, opponent's at 8. I need to find those 8 more points. I'm going to be afraid of an assembly line. But we're going to draw 2 cards for a turn, which is very nice. This is the card I was really looking for game 1 when we got him to 1. Ton Merchant. What's in his market? Combustion Cell, Caleb's Choice, Power, Skycard Banner. Did not play a banner. Mullet Nakova, Flamestoker. Probably Combustion Cell is what he would grab. He grabs a Face Aegis, which means you get, you know, my Long Barrel does not get to work all that well. I think I'm still going to play it with the Piercing Shot on the Snowcrust Yeti, just to punch through some damage. I'm going to just do it on this so that I can actually attack profitably, and no matter what, the Overwhelm is going to go through. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, so he goes to 3. Unless he has a Torch, then he goes to 5. Torch would be pretty unfortunate, because he'd play way more torches than way more torches throughout the course of this match than I have. I haven't cast a single torch, and he would have cast, what, 3 in one game, 1 here, and 1 or 2 in the first game as well. Combustion Cell, sure. Don't care, I got Overwhelmed. End of Hostilities for 2 more blockers, sure. I gotcha though. Alright, let's activate this one and get him good. Alright, GG's Komodo, GG's. We managed to pull out this win, getting him to 1 in game 1, and just barely not getting there, we were able to pull off 2 in a row on the backswing. So GG's, we're 1-0 in the first ETS we've played in a couple months, so feels good, man.